Hello, this is Bilal, your economic instructor. Today we'll be solving some MCQs for the topic public goods, merit goods, and demerit goods. So let's get started. Okay, so the first MCQ is the government provide public goods. What is an example of public good? Now, the most common examples of public good are dams, street lights, and defense, right? So these are the most common examples of a public good. So whenever you see an example that includes dam or street lights or defense, they're all public goods. All right, let's look at the option. Here we go. Defense force, this is the answer. Hospital is a private good, leisure center is a private good, toll road is a private good. All right, now this is a good MCQ. A woman sets up charity to provide toys for young children of low income families. Which term most accurately describe these toys? Now, let's look at the option. Are they free goods? Now, what is a free good? Free good is any good that is produced without factors of production. They basically do not have an opportunity cost. For example, sunshine, right? So, no, this cannot be the answer. Merit goods. Now, some of you might have ticked merit good as the answer, but this is incorrect as well, because toys are not considered to be merit goods. They do not produce positive externalities to third parties, right? In fact, they might create negative externalities to third parties. When a child is using toys, it might be making a lot of noise and it might disturb people around them. Is it a private good? Yes, it is a private good because it is rival in nature. What does this mean? If one child gets a toy, the other might not be able to get it. So it's a rival in nature and it is excludable. Why is it excludable? Because low income families' children will get the toy and not the rich family children, right? So let's get moving to the next MCQ. What is the statement of the non-rivalrous nature of public good? So what does this mean? This means what is meant by non-rivalrous nature, right? So non-rivalry means that the consumption of one does not affect the consumption of the other. So it's a basic definition. Let's look at the options. It is not possible to stop non-pair from using this product. Now this is basically non-excludable. All right, one person consuming the product does not reduce the amount of it available to others. Now this is the correct definition of a non-rivalrous characteristic. People consume too little of the product because they are unaware of its true benefits. Well, this is a definition for merit goods. There is an unlimited supply of the product. Well, this is also incorrect. 4. A flood control dam is an example of good provided directly by the government. Now, as I discussed earlier, dams are public goods, right? Which statement relating to the direct provision of flood control dam is not correct? Now, what does direct provision mean? Direct provision means the government is directly providing it from its own pockets, right? If the government is providing something, we can say that it's a direct provision, right? Direct provision of flood control dam allows government to tackle the failure to provide public goods. Well, this is a correct statement, right? Because dam is a public good. If we let the private sector build dams, the people who don't pay will still be protected by the floods, by the dam against the floods, right? So it is non-excludable in nature and therefore it's a public good. All right, so this cannot be the answer because it's a correct statement. We need to figure out the incorrect one. right? The direct provision of a flood control dam forces the government to incur an opportunity cost. Well, this is also correct. Now, building a dam costs money, and money has an opportunity cost. Direct provision of flood control dam involves the supply of a merit good. Well, it's not a merit good. Merit good is any good when consumed will provide positive side effects. So dams are not consumed, they are built and they are produced to stop. It's not, a consumer cannot consume a dam. A dam is basically built. So it's not a merit good. Well, this is the right answer because we needed an incorrect statement. The direct provision of flood control dam is an example of government allocation of resources. Yes, the government is allocating its land, labor, capital in building the dam. So it's an allocation of resource. So this is a correct option, but we need to figure out the incorrect one, right? So C is the right answer. Despite much opposition, the local government in a popular tourist resort built a leisure center and swimming pool which is open to everyone. Many tourists visit the center. Local residents are charged a lower entry fee than the fee charged to the tourist. Okay, so the locals get a benefit, the prices are low, right? And the other people have to pay higher prices. How would the economists classify this service? Now, it is excludable. You can exclude people who don't pay, right? It's a private good because there is an entry fee for all user, and because there's a tourist center, a lot of tourists, if they come over here, what would happen? It would create a congestion. So the consumption of one tourist will affect the consumption of another. So C is the right answer, right? What is an accurate statement about different types of goods? Free goods are offered for sale at loss making price. Well, it is incorrect because free goods are usually free. So, and people don't produce it, right? Merit goods generate more consumer surplus than producer surplus. This basically we haven't studied. So what this means is merit goods are more beneficial to producers. So because they provide more benefit or profits to the producer. Well, that is incorrect and it's not necessarily true. Private goods can be consumed with no opportunity cost. Incorrect. If I consume a cup of tea, it takes money, it has an opportunity cost. Public goods can be used by additional consumers with no extra production cost. Obviously, if there is a street light, I can use it, and then you can use it as well, and the government has to incur no additional cost, right? So D is the right answer. Moving on. What type of good are distinguished from one another by the presence or absence of opportunity cost? Well, if there is no opportunity cost, the product is said to be a free good. Because what does this mean? This means that there is no factors of production involved in producing that good. That is why there is no opportunity cost. If it takes labor to produce that good, there is an opportunity cost. I could have used the labor elsewhere. If there is no factors of production required to build that good or produce that good, it has no opportunity cost. So free goods are produced without opportunity cost. Hence, sunlight. You can always refer to the example of sunlight. So it's an economic good and a free good. A good that has an opportunity cost is an economic good. All right, moving on. Many governments are concerned that the sugar content in fizzy drinks might lead to health problems. So this means fizzy drinks are demerit goods, such as obesity. The government are also concerned about the lack of public awareness. What can be concluded from this? Consumers of fizzy drink have information failure. Well, this is correct. Consumers underconsume fizzy drinks. Well, demerit goods are usually overconsumed. So this is incorrect. Fizzy drinks are merit goods. Incorrect. Fizzy drinks are non-excludable. Well, this is also incorrect because they are private goods and they can be excluded. Anyone who pays gets the drink. They don't pay, they don't get it. A country's healthcare is funded by taxation. Oh, this is a good one. But, but, but can be used free of charge by patients. which type of good is the healthcare in this country. Now, always remember, healthcare is always a private good. If it is for free, it is provided by the government, even though it is a private good. Why? Because the number of beds are still limited. If one person is on the bed, the other cannot use it. So it's rivalrous in nature. Therefore, it always is a private good. Now, this is just to confuse you with this statement that it is free. A free good does not mean that it's a public good. The examiner knows that, that this is the biggest misconception the students have, and that is why it is tested regularly. The government introduces a charge for vehicles using roads in capital city. So you come into the capital city, you have to pay a toll, a tax. What characteristic must the roads have for this to be successful in reducing congestion? The roads must be excludable. Well, this is right. Why? Because if the roads are excludable, only then the people who don't pay won't be allowed on those roads. Hence, the congestion would reduce. The roads must be merit goods. Well, roads are not merit good, but they are classified as public goods. So, B cannot be the answer. Road must be non-rivalrous in nature. Well, if it has nothing to do with traffic congestion then. If it's non-rivalrous, the consumption of one does not affect the consumption of other. It does not reduce traffic congestion. Basically, because I drive, then you can also drive on that road. The I consuming that road does not affect your consumption. So that is non-rivalrous. But if there is a congestion, the road becomes rivalrous in nature, because my car will be stopping your car to go further, and so in return somebody else's car might be preventing me to go forward. So it's rivalrous in nature. The road must be a public good. If it is public good, we cannot stop anyone from using it. So then there would be traffic congestion. Because if the thing is for free, a lot of people would use it. But if there is a toll, a tax, and you can exclude people who are not paying it, you can reduce the traffic congestion. Well, this is it for today. I hope you got most of them right, and best of luck for your studies. Thank you.